Hello once again everyone, Original Blood Ace here. Now this video is something that I must talk about. I had to do a video on it. The Super Smash Bros. 3DS version leak. All the supposed character roster being revealed and all that stuff. Now I'm not going to actually post the actual pictures of the leak in this video because Nintendo themselves shut down that stuff that the leaker uploaded to YouTube himself, so I don't want the same thing to happen to this video. So, when I talk about a character, I will simply put a character, or a picture of that character for you to see who I'm talking about, but pretty much everyone's going to know who the fuck I'm talking about anyway. So, let's go over what we have to cover in this discussion video. First of all, right off the bat, I'm still claiming I think it's fake. 100%, no ifs, no ands, no buts, 100% fake. While this could, in quotation marks I say, be real, I think Sakurai would be losing his damn mind if this roster was indeed the real roster. I believe that this was made by someone with way too much time on their hands. But yeah, let's dive right on in. Let's look at some of the characters that are supposedly playable. So first up is Dr. Mario as a separate character from Mario. Why? Why? Seriously, why? To me, that screams red flag, red flag. I like Dr. Mario, don't get me wrong, he was one of my mains in Melee. But making him a costume would have been much better than as a separate character. Although if you made him as a costume, you would have to make him have the cape as an attack, and the fireballs would turn into pills. But then again, with the custom movesets, that would have been easy to do. So, him as a separate character, to me, to a lot of people, just makes no logical sense at all. Also, Dr. Mario is not with the rest of the Mario characters on the roster. He's off to the bottom right, which is kind of weird. Why place him there? Oh, and a point I forgot to write down in my notes here was, so I should say it right now, is the character roster doesn't look that fancy. It doesn't look that polished and nice. I mean, apparently Sakurai's wife is the one that designs the menus, and if she designed this one, then I gotta say you dropped the ball. Like, are you going downhill in your skills now? Like, what the hell happened? But anyway, back on topic of the characters here, Dr. Mario doesn't seem to, like, it's such an odd placement, so, I don't know. Next up is Dark Pit. Like, really now? Dark Pit. I know he was teased in the Palutena trailer, but that's what Sakurai does, he teases. Dark Pit as a separate character from Pit makes literally no sense at all. By that logic, you may as well add Dark Link now, wouldn't you? So, again, I say red flag, makes no sense. And also, just like Dr. Mario, he's not with the Kid Icarus Uprising characters. He's off in the bottom right corner again. It's like, why? Is that how you're going to design it where the unlockable characters are kind of on the bottom right or something? Like, it just doesn't seem right. So, whatever. Now, on to Wario, who, while we all think will return, seems a bit odd in his placement on the roster. And I'll get into that in just a second, because up next is Mr. Game & Watch. Again, while he could return, there was that little teaser of him in the Pac-Man trailer. I don't believe that he would return, frankly. How would, on the 3DS version, characters have outlines? How would outlines work on the 3DS version of him? He's a black shape. No details. He would be a black shape with, what, a white outline? That'd make him look like a cookie cutter or something. It wouldn't make any sense. Also, this is what I was going back to with the Wario part. It appears in Mr. Game & Watch's hand in the character box in the roster picture is going into Wario's picture box and almost, hitting him in the face. That's wrong. That seems way off. So, I don't know. And also on the Wii U version of Smash Bros., how do you make an HD Mr. Game & Watch? make him a bit shiny or something? Can't be done. I don't know. So up next is Ganondorf. While we all know that he would be back, because he's Ganondorf. Why wouldn't he? So I gotta say, this is pretty much the only thing that we could consider, well, one of the only things we could consider real about this leak. Just that Sakurai himself hasn't revealed him yet. Which ties into the next two characters here, which is, of course, Ness and Jigglypuff. I don't need to say much. We always knew that they would return, so that does not really mean much. So then, up next here is someone strange. Bowser Jr. While people have requested him a lot, it's kinda like Ridley. Not this whole impossible size thing. I'm saying just because you ask a lot for a character doesn't mean he's gonna get in. While Bowser Jr. could work, and apparently, like I said at the beginning, there was footage that this guy uploaded supposedly playing game footage of all these things and whatnot. It was apparently blurry and Nintendo took it down. But anyway, apparently according to the footage, because I never saw it before it was taken down, Bowser Jr. uses his clown vehicle thing. I don't know if it's like a clown car or his little helicopter or whatever. I don't know if that would be a Smash Ball or something in the leaks, but whatever. And apparently his alternate costumes were the Koopalings. So, I don't know. I call shenanigans. That's all I can really say on that. Which, by the way, oh wait, I already said the videos were taken down. I'm reading my second line here. I'm reading what I already said. Let me see, where am I? I lost my spot here. Oh yes, I was going to say, so with Nintendo taking down the videos, it could have been a simple thing as one thing on the leak being real. It could have simply been Ganondorf, Ness, and Jigglypuff that made Nintendo take it down. Or it could have been that Nintendo doesn't want people posting fake shit this close to release of the Japanese version, when people will get it and say, hey, none of that leaked stuff is here. Then they could sue Nintendo for false advertisement, like that gamer is trying to do for Sony, or to Sony, over Killzone Shadowfall's multiplayer not being 1080p. So, it could have really been anything. Does Nintendo taking it down instantly make that this whole thing was, oh, it's confirmed? No. No. So, I don't know. Let's get back on track with the characters, though. Lucina is not with Marth, Robin, and Ike. Again, I say, why exactly? Doesn't make much sense. So let's just move along. Next up is Rob. So frankly, if he does come back, I'll be surprised, to be brutally honest, but won't ultimately care. I think he's just a useless he's a useless character and a waste of a character spot, and he shouldn't return. So to me, I find that kind of a suspicious thing. But if he does come back, I really wouldn't, get too upset about it. I'd be like, ugh, whatever. So next up is Shulk. While a whole lot of people want him in, and it is possible, again, I just don't know. Apparently, again, in the leaked video, Shulk's moveset is almost the same moves as Marth. So this whole thing could be made by someone who does things like Project M, when they added Mewtwo and Roy into Brawl or whatever. So it's not impossible to fake this type of stuff. And then lastly, the weirdest character I saved for last, the Duck Hunt dog. Yeah, you heard me right. The fucking Duck Hunt dog. While that would be hilarious as a character, to me, it's the biggest red flag of them all. There's just no logical reasoning behind it. Why? And calling him just Duck Hunt Dog or Duck Hunt? That seems so... like they couldn't come up with an actual name for it, or I don't know, it just doesn't click, And what would he do? He doesn't do anything in the Duck Hunt games, he just laughs at you. So would that be his Smash Ball, that he himself goes into the background and just laughs at everyone and they all die or something? It doesn't work. So, I don't know. Now there's a few characters missing on this supposed leaked roster. So let's go over those. First of all, where is my man, Wolf O'Donnell, aka Starwolf? And of course the Ice Climbers, where are they at? Oh, that's right. According to the guy who leaked the supposed information, they're going to be DLC characters, as was supposedly Snake, which, LOL, no, Snake won't be back. Yet, if I recall, Sakurai said that he wasn't interested in DLC, or not too interested in DLC for Smash Bros. Now, he could have changed his mind, so who knows. But, again, I'm just going to say this whole thing is phony baloney. Oh yeah, one other thing that I forgot to go over with the characters side of things is that there was no Mii fighter on the character roster, yet we know for a fact you can play as your Mii, and they're in the game. So, again, I say fake, fake, fake. Now, granted, if the game does come out and all of these are confirmed to be real, well, you know, I'm going to look like an idiot, I guess, for being in such denial, you could say, about this. But I'm still going to say it's fake right now. Until the game comes out and it is confirmed one way or the other, currently I will say fake, 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 fake. But let's move on to the next bit here. Next up is stuff that we saw on the menu in the supposed leaked images. But where is the stage builder? We haven't seen that leaked. Now, I suppose Sakurai could have taken it out. It'd be a stupid thing to do, and it would be a shame. Or, possibly, it could perhaps be a Wii U exclusive mode, which I guess would make sense with the Wii U gamepad. You could click and drag things around. But at the same time, I think it should be on the 3DS version as well. Now, up next here is the leaker himself. The leaker in question is supposedly a guy from the ESRB, which are the guys who rate games. They decide if a game is going to be rated E or T or M or whatever. However, the thing is, these guys don't play the game to rate it. They get sent footage and they decide on that. Yet the leaked footage, or claimed leaked footage, shows someone playing Smash Bros. 3DS. So again, I say phony. The next thing I wanted to say is that Nintendo does not have leaks. It's been a long time since we had any real major leaks from Nintendo. There was that Mega Slowbro and Altaria leak, but Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby are remakes, so that's really not a big issue. Whenever a big game has a leak from Nintendo, or anyone really, we hear about it. Someone was fired for leaking information, so-and-so, or so-and-so was leaked. No, I can't even talk. So-and-so was fired for leaking information. Something like that we would have heard about. Though, with Nintendo, it could have been they simply sent out their Nintendo ninjas to cut off the guy's head. Either way, Nintendo does not have leaks. Not major AAA blockbuster, huge, massive leaks, that is. It was only 2 months ago, at E3, that Nintendo started to get me back on their good side. Now, if this turns out to be real, well, Nintendo will be getting me back on their bad side again. So if this is indeed real, which again, I don't think it is, then Sakurai should come out and say, whether it's on the Miiverse or whatever, due to some asshole spoiling the game before it released, we at Nintendo have decided to cancel Smash Bros. 3DS and no longer release it. As for Smash Bros. Wii U, if anyone leaks anything on that before it releases, then not only will it be cancelled and not released, but there will never be a Smash Bros. Game again. Now, while that would suck for us, you know, it would need to happen. I would be perfectly fine with Sakurai doing that, because you need to punish those who do such pathetic things as to leak critical information about triple blockbuster video games. Now, it wasn't that long ago when 343 Industries, you know, over at Microsoft, had a leak about Halo 5, and I forget what the hell the leak was about. But Frank O'Connor from 343 said it was always bad when someone leaks, or it's always bad when someone leaks stuff, because they can lose their job and get into legal trouble, which, again, is quite obvious. So, I think that will do for the video. I've babbled on long enough. I believe I've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this discussion video. So once again, I say it's fake. But technically, it is possible that it could, I use that term really loosely, could be real. But I'm still saying nope. Anyway, I'm Original Blood Ace. Stay tuned, more videos coming soon. As a matter of fact, I have another video to do right after this one. So see you next time. As always, stay tuned, more videos coming soon, blah 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 blah. Till next time.